Okay, so my name is Cassie. As he mentioned, I am a student studying nutrition. So I originally got introduced into the Urban Farming Institute because this was actually a required rotation for my class. And then I just fell in love with this place and the gardens and all the programs that they do. And I decided not to leave. So now I'm a volunteer and I stay. And so some of the things that we've been doing are recipes that coordinate with our Farm Share Adventure CSA shares. So, you know, like Emily was talking about, it's really important to eat a plant-based diet. So even if you are eating meat, we still want a majority of our diet to be plants because they're filled with a lot of different nutrients and vitamins. They're really good for our body, and they're better than that ultra-processed food that we're going to find at some fast food establishments, because we really want to make sure that our body is functioning optimally. So when we do encounter some of these toxins that are in the everyday environment, our body has the ability to detox itself. So, you know, if your body or your organs aren't functioning properly, then that's where some of the problems are, and you kind of might get a buildup of some harmful substances in your body. So first, I do want to talk a little bit about the importance, again, of eating locally grown food. So not only for your green carbon footprint that Emily was mentioning earlier today, but also when you buy local, fresh food, it tends to be a little bit more nutrient dense. So compared to conventional food or conventional produce that you buy at the supermarket, this stuff that we grow here normally gets picked within 24 hours before it ends up in the share. So not only are you getting optimal freshness and taste, you're also getting packed with nutrients. So that's not to say that the vegetables and fruit at Publix or your local supermarket don't have nutrients, but these have like way more, and that's what we want. We want the most. You know, with most things, we like more is better. So another reason is that here at the Urban Farming Institute, we're herbicide, fungicide, and pesticide free. So once again, we're just trying to minimize some of the stuff that goes into our body. So last night, as it was mentioned, we had the Taste of Oakland Park. And so one of the things that the thing that we served was a creation from Howie, who's normally my partner in crime and helps me with all of these food demos, made a chickpea roll-up. So once again, this is going to be vegetarian friendly, plant-based. You can add whatever you want to it. It's really versatile. One of the things that I also love about chickpeas is you can do a lot with them besides hummus. You can actually make some desserts with them. So one of my favorites is you can make a cookie dough. So maybe we'll do that in edible cookie dough. Not that you would actually cook a cookie with, but you know, everyone loves to eat edible cookie dough. So based off of the information that Howie gave me, it's a really simple recipe. So we're going to start with some chickpeas. These have already been rinsed and drained. So chickpeas, aside from being very versatile, have protein in them. So it's a great protein source if you decide not to eat meat. They're also high in fiber. So fiber is important not only for regularity, but it also binds to toxins in your body and helps flush them out. So that's another reason why we want to have, you know, the recommended amount of fiber in our diet. And then surprisingly, chickpeas have potassium. So bananas are not the only source of potassium. So if you're not a banana fan, that's fine. We also have some spicy mustard. You can use mayo if you want, but instead we're going to use some olive oil because we want to focus on being plant-based. I am going to eye this out, but we suggest about 2 tablespoons. And then after that, we also have some garlic that's going in here. So because we're going to be blending it in the NutriBullet, I'm not even going to bother chopping it up. One of the great things about garlic, it has a wonderful compound in it that it only works if it's raw and it's been crushed. So if you cook it, there's still a lot of other added health benefits. But if you want to get the antimicrobial benefit of allium, then you have to eat it raw. So in a recipe like this, it's really great. We're also going to have some celery to add a little bit of a crunch. And once again, you don't have to chop everything real finely just because it's going in the NutriBullet. And then after that, we've got some lemon. So lemons are also high in vitamin C, so oranges aren't the only thing. And different plants and vegetables have different amounts of vitamins and nutrients, and this is why it's really important to eat a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables, also so you don't get bored in eating the same thing every day. Now, we have some red onion here on the side. You could throw that in here to mix it in, or if you want, what we did is we actually just stuck it in the roll-up. And then Howie was trying to go for a plant-based tuna fish style chickpea sandwich. So we have right here, these are called nori flakes. So this is gonna give it a little bit of a seaweed taste, very, very mild, and a little bit of a salt and crunch. So you'll just add that in like this. Obviously, if you want more of a seaweed taste, you can put more in. And then after that, we're just gonna blend it up. And then now we're gonna actually make the pinwheel or the roll-up part. So if you guys remember some of the earlier recipes that we did, we actually used collard green leaves to do roll-ups as well. So if you don't wanna use a tortilla like we have today, you can blanch collard greens, just cut the stems out, stick them in boiling water for a few seconds until they get soft, stick them in the cold water so they cool right away, and then you can roll up or add whatever you want in it. So it's similar to a grape leaf, but when you blanch it, you get some of the bitterness out of it, and it really tastes good. So it's another cool way to sneak some vegetables in. So I'm gonna take our mix, our pretend or our vegetarian tuna, our chickpea mix, whatever you'd like to call it, put it on the tortilla. Cucumbers right here. So cucumbers are really another great source of fiber, but also have water in it. So it is important to stay hydrated, and you can actually get some water from your foods as well as drinking. So I already have some cut up, and it adds a nice little crunch. After that, we're gonna put some red onion in it. So remember, with this red onion, you can actually add it into the blender with the chickpea, or you can just put it on like that, or you can skip it if you don't want it. And then we also have some roasted red peppers that were roasted ahead of time. So red peppers also have vitamin C, so they're really great for you, and they have B6. And B6 and the B class of vitamins is very important for you because it's actually what helps your body convert your food into energy, and as we know, we need energy to get through the day. So after that, I'm gonna spread it. This is what my tortilla looks now. So I'm just gonna fold it in and then roll it up. And then you can slice it in half or slice it in quarters. And you have a great snack, lunch, whatever you want to do. And like I said, you can add any flavor to it. So if you don't want maybe the seaweed type flavor, you can add curry. You can just really have a lot of fun with experimenting with some of the different spices that you can add. And now we'll have a whole bunch for you guys to try as well. So remember, if you want to catch up on any of the former recipes that we had, it's going to be on YouTube under the Urban Farming Institute's page. Emily's video will be on the Urban Farming Institute YouTube channel as well as Facebook. So don't forget to like us on Facebook, share us, follow us, and if you guys have any questions, we'll answer them as soon as the video is done.